Welcome to the Kendy and Raybo podcast, sponsored by Anderson's Bar and Grill and the Blind Tiger Bar.
Why have you a laptop with you?
Good question.
Huh?
So it's 5 o'clock on a Monday evening, and we normally record at 6.
Yeah.
But 5 o'clock is government time.
So you're on the clock now. Are you actually working as we speak?
No, well, I clocked out, but I said I'd bring the laptop with me in case there was urgent need for a table to be filled in.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, can I ask you a question then? So,
Go on.
what is the story? And I think we've talked about this before. When you're working from Chach Raymond,
Yes.
Okay, is there not supposed to be a cut-off period as to when or when not you should be working or not working?
Oh, there is, yeah.
So why we'll say...
So for anyone listening to us on the audio and not the Patreon is by far the more exciting way to view this podcast.
The set is falling down
Set is
around.
just Kendy keeps making changes every week, and there was no formal risk assessment done, and now the cocktail club boxes have fallen and hit me on the can.
We actually could have done with a formal risk assessment, but we had to get an engineer out to look at the box room, and the engineer was costing $8,000. See, they're not mounted, Ray. That's what's wrong with them now. They're not mounted.
I think we need to get them mounted.
Now, can I tell you my favourite risk assessment story of all time?
Stressful.
Let me tell you my favourite risk assessment story.
Go on.
Okay, so do you remember COVID?
Yes.
Do you remember that disease that was going around?
Yeah.
And we stopped everything. Okay, so there was a gig on that I was working on, okay?
Yes.
It was a theatre gig, okay? And it was during COVID times. The idea was the band were going to play in the theatre and they were to invite 40 of their friends and family to come and see the gig.
That was
okay?
a tremendous idea.
It was a big night, okay? And it was going to be live on YouTube and then live for these 40 people that got to see the gig as well. Everything went tits up and the whole world got COVID again afterwards. And the Irish government said, we haven't enough beds for anyone in general. Now it's way worse, so we're going to shut you all down again. Yeah. We all said, no bother. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is what happened. And it was the best way. Now, I thought she was a bitch. But anyway, I won't say that. So we were assessing the damage. And a COVID officer came in to assess the gig while it was being set up the night before.
Was there such a thing as a COVID officer?
Does anybody out there remember when people just became COVID officers? Like, no qualifications. Excuse me, I'm the COVID officer. Why? I bought a high-vis in Whispies in Castlereagh, so I'm the COVID officer now.
Right.
So everyone just became COVID officers all of a sudden. Like, nothing, no qualification, no nothing. Anyway, you want a COVID officer. She lands into the gig. It's the day before, and she says, what's going to happen here? And they say, well, actually, 40 of our friends and family are coming. And she said, no, they're not. Right. And they were like, but we've told them, and it was a big night. Like, yeah. They were like, what are we going to do? Yeah. And she said to them, I'm going to need you to cut that 40 down to 10. And then they were like, oh, it's going to be tight enough to do that. And then she goes, I need you to cut that 10 down to 6.
Not in the same conversation.
No, in the same conversation. She says, I need you to look through your names of 40 people and cut that 40 down to 10 people. Right. And then when you find that 10 people, cut that down to 6 people. And then she said, after that, tell those 6 people they can't go. That's what she said to me. I have to hand it to her. It was a great way of putting it. Like, she was like, nobody's coming into this gig. Unbelievable. Anyway, sorry, go on.
It's episode 193. You were asking me why
do you bring the work computer?
Because there's just important things happening.
So are you going to stop in the middle of this?
If I get a phone call, the recording will stop.
That's unbelievable, because we had a conversation today about how for an hour and a half, right, you have to give full attention to this thing. Yeah. Me and you had it out on the phone and we said, what way is this going to go from now on?
I'm sorry.
Because I'm getting abused for not being able to set up my own fucking studio, okay? So, now you're going to say...
I wouldn't worry about it. It's just to ignore it. Pretend it's not there. Pretend the government isn't in the room.
Ray, I know every inch of this room like the back of my bag.
Yeah. Is that putting your...
That's all I can see now is that bad old €200 HP laptop.
€200? That's €1,700 worth of pure government greatness.
That's a disgrace that they're giving you. You need a €200 computer. You don't need €1,700.
Well, they procure well.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing, man. They're spending the money in the right places.
Do you remember? And this brings us on to last week's episode. Remember, I said I'd have a huge, big presentation on homelessness.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Well, I didn't really get around to much of it.
Well, that's great to know. Thank God that. Listen, everyone out there, if you're back from last week, you're waiting on Ray's report.
Yeah, no, but I did make some inquiries because there's one thing about we were talking about last week about the big busk on the 10th of March. Don't forget 10th of March, JFM, big busk for homelessness.
Jeez, I've never heard about that because it wasn't promoted. Yeah, go on.
Anyway, I wanted to ask you a very important question. When I say there are 12,000 or more than 12,000 people in this country homeless as of yesterday. Okay. In your mind, what do you see as a homeless person? Just tell me
okay.
the honest. It's not a trick question.
Okay.
If I said there's over 12,000 people homeless, what's your
What's my perception of a
what's your
homeless person?
What's anyone's perception of a
Okay.
homeless? I want just a genuine just answer.
So the genuine perception I would have of a homeless person is from films probably and from walking through Dublin, which is why I
Yes.
don't go there anymore.
Yeah.
It's someone on the side of the road
Yes.
with a cup and a piece of cardboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the
Yeah.
actual stat for that
Yeah.
is double digits. So it's less
Okay.
than 100 people who are what you've just described.
That's not true.
That is true.
No. There's more than 100 people sitting on the side of roads in Ireland.
No, there's less that are actually registered as homeless in that regard.
Okay, so there's loads more that aren't registered though.
So there might be.
There, like I
why
can
do you-
categorically say there is. Like
You think there's definitely more than 100 in that situation?
yeah, I think there has to be.
Well, that's where I'm saying there's not.
Okay, but
That
you're
per the official records in this
Okay.
country, it's double digits.
we're very good at keeping those kind of records too. I
Very
must say.
good, yeah.
We've
But
usually
no,
been
but
quite tight on that.
these records are coming from the organisations that are doing great work for the homeless, which is like the Father McFerry First
Oh, yeah.
and all that jazz.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people that are doing savage work and helping people like that.
So based on your statistics, are you telling me that there's 11,900 families in hotels? No, I need you. Or 11,900
There's
people who are
there's
in families.
11,900 people that are registered as not having a home at the minute.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean that they are effectively no roof over their head.
Yeah. Okay.
That
so
means
they're in
that they
hotels.
are being put up in emergency accommodation. They are being put up in bed and breakfasts and hotels and other sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But what was bothering me was my perception. This until I actually clarified this.
Yeah.
My perception when they said there was over 12,000 people homeless, I was thinking there couldn't be that many people.
I've
on
only
the
seen
street.
4 in Galway.
There
you were
aren't
thinking.
that many streets.
Yeah. yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah.
And that's what confused me. It's still shite that you have 12,000 people that can't say they have a home.
So can I give you my perception of that then?
Yes.
I think that furthers the idea that we have a housing crisis.
Yes.
Because, and I don't mean to be bad to anyone who's sleeping on the streets or the guy that I described as the stereotypical homeless man.
Yes.
But I think a lot of those people aren't homeless because they can't find a home. So they're homeless because, okay, I'm going to generalize this, okay? So
Yeah.
everyone call Mark a prick.
I
Excuse
was
me,
going to
Mark.
say, you could
How
have
dare
easily
you?
avoided becoming a
No,
prick
no.
there now. You didn't have to go down this
Look,
road.
but
We
it
could have
does-
parked this subject just there a minute after I was finished there.
No, it follows me, Ray. Don't worry
Why?
about it. Okay, so listen to me now, right? This is what I think, okay?
My name is Ray McAndrew.
So
I go to
no.
this podcast.
Okay, so people sleeping on the streets like that, usually I think there might be addiction problems, alcohol, drugs, checkered past, all that kind of stuff, and they're not on the street necessarily because they can't find a house. Okay.
Yeah.
The people who are in the hotels are in the hotels because they can't find a house.
Yeah.
Okay, so that furthers down the idea that, well, we are in an absolute chronic housing crisis.
Absolutely, I agree with you. Yeah.
A thunderous
But it's funny,
housing
it's
crisis.
situations where you could have someone might have been in a relationship and that relationship broke up.
Yeah.
And then one person had the house
Yeah.
and the other person left the house.
Yeah.
When that person leaves the house, they are effectively then homeless because and that's how they register with their local authority.
Some
as-
hippies like that. They just couch surf.
Yeah,
they're
that's
fucking.
true.
Geez, they're terrible people.
hippies.
Hippies are awful people.
You really haven't, but it's because you probably don't understand them. You've never been a hippie.
Yeah, no, I don't understand hippies at all.
No.
I've often said this, and I don't mean this in a discriminatory way. I have more in common with the Irish traveller community than I do with hippies. Like,
How?
because I just understand them more. They're more like rural people.
Right.
Hippies are like something from fucking the Big Lebowski.
But I have to
from
say to
Bowling
them,
for Club, mate.
they're marvellous. Because they don't, like, you're surrounded by your things and you're happy there in amongst your things
Yeah.
in your house.
Yeah.
Do you know, hippies
But
are
they're
mighty.
no hippies are happy in amongst your things as well.
That's it.
Do you know what I mean?
They're
They just don't have
they're
their own
just-
things.
But they're happy just in themselves.
I might just
and
bring in
whatever
me.
they happen to be.
Yeah, but like this is the thing about a hippie, Ray, right? Let me tell you.
I
Let me
don't
tell you
think hippies still exist.
Let me tell you,
That was a
hippies do
60s
exist.
thing.
I've seen loads
Where
of them.
have you seen a hippie?
Ray, we live in Sligo, man. It is full to the brim.
You're talking about surfers. Different thing
no,
altogether.
no. Surfers are surfers, even though I was going to make an analogy about a wetsuit. No, but hippies are like, geez, that's a lovely couch. I might stay in that now for 3 months. Does that belong to you? You know,
but
that's the way they are.
That's just a house. Like we've had that in our house.
Yeah.
We've had people that have stayed there. They're not hippies.
Yeah, I know, but
They're
hippies-
musicians.
Yeah, but there's a fine line, Ray.
There's not a
Very
fine
line between hippies and musicians.
Yeah.
Now I know some of the finest hippies, like,
Right.
do you know? But it doesn't mean I trust them. No, it's not that at all.
God.
No. There's a thing. Look, the free spirits, the free spirit.
but that's
hippies-
something you don't identify with.
No, I don't have a free spirit.
Like,
Nicola took my spirit years ago.
No, she didn't.
No,
you
she
had
did.
none
Yeah.
to,
She
you
hasn't
had-
locked
no,
up.
no.
I
She's
used to
been
be
minding you
free-spirited.
since you were 14.
No, I used to be very free spirited, Ray.
Right.
Yeah, then I
How
just.
so?
I used to tip around the town.
That's not free spirit. Did
is,
you
man.
return home at the end of every day?
I did, yeah. I came
That's
home
not
to
a
the
free.
club
And
for
had
it.
you were in a room there with Eleanor.
I did. No, I had a free spirit. Yeah, no, no. I've actually always been around. No, but listen to me now. No, because you're getting beyond the point now as well. There's a thing about the hippie that's the same way infuriating as it is something that you should look up to.
Yeah.
And it's their inability to care about anything that's going
I
on
love
around
it.
them. Do you know?
I think it's a marvelous.
But, like-
it's not what you call it when you're mad for things. They're not materialistic.
No, not materialistic at all.
And
Unless you take one of their ponchos or like they're fucking Doc Martens.
They're cool with that too. They give it to you. They're like, yeah, take my poncho, man.
The young hippie now is a funny one.
Right, I wouldn't be familiar with the young hippie.
So the young hippie, Ray, comes from money.
Oh,
Okay. So the young hippie comes from a family with money and then lives a life off of that money but pretends that they don't.
right.
That's awful, what about? But that's
Yeah.
true though. I think that's probably true.
There's a couple of listeners.
You know what I mean?
alienated.
There's a lot of hippies out there, who came from smoked salmon and chicken dinners every Sunday,
Okay.
and now all of a sudden they're living a free life. Kind
Yeah.
of. And maybe there's nothing wrong. You know the hippies that go to Australia and find themselves? That's the ones I'm on about. Do you know what I mean?
They're just people.
No, they're hippies.
They're
Ray.
not. They're just people who come out of college, go, I'm going away to Australia
Stop.
for a year.
I really wish you'd stop giving everyone such credit, Ray. People are inherently bastards. Do you think?
not.
Do you think people are inherently bastards or inherently good?
I think. That's good. I think majority of people are inherently good.
No, I think that's probably untrue. No, I think
That's not.
No.
They are inherently good.
I think what we do with our
what
lives.
was your New Year's resolution?
Yeah, but I'm generalizing.
Yeah,
this,
well,
though.
but not even in your generalizations. You're supposed to adhere to your
I'm
New
not
Year's
talk-
resolution.
No, I'm not.
You
I know.
have
I
to
just
stop being so cynical.
Okay, I'm going to stop being cynical next week. So I think people are inherently bastards, to be honest,
Right.
because it's just a pecking order. There's a hierarchy in the world, Ray, that most people want to climb,
Yeah.
and they'll try and climb it until the day they die.
Well, do you know something?
And they'll crawl over anybody, man.
Yeah.
There's people stepping on my
Pretty
face
much
every day. Oh, Lord, oh, fucking 2 feet in my face.
Do you know what's marvellous now? You've
Yeah.
segued us lovely into my first bit of the day.
Oh, go on.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. You say people are inherently bastards.
Yeah.
And they're lucky to crawl and pull their way up and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Right.
They pull my jocks down
Yeah.
just to get above me.
So I'd like to talk
Big
about.
flute flies out there.
I'd like to talk about a word.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you be familiar with the word allude?
Yeah, I know. You don't think I listened to In the Lampshite, right?
Oh, you listen to this.
Where Luke-
so I'm sorry, I didn't realise you were going to listen to it.
Yeah.
So hold on then. So for people at home, we're going to play a little clip.
Oh, you played
Yeah,
it?
we're going to play a little clip from In the Lamplight podcast.
And
one
I'll
of
talk
our
afterwards as to
main
what it's about.
competitors.
Yeah,
Right? Do you think they're talking about you?
They are 100% talking about
I
me.
thought so too.
Yeah, because I say that word all the time.
Right, so here we go. This is In the Lamplight. We're robbing this. We're going to get a solid minute out of them.
Here
Fair
we
play
go.
to them. Yeah,
And they
don't
had a shite guest on as well.
go and listen to their podcast now just because we're giving
Definitely
them a
don't
taster.
look for In the Lamplight on
Okay, here
Spotify and
goes.
listen to Brendan Tierney's episode.
There it is now.
Kieran, I have to commend you on your proper and impeccable use of the word allude a few minutes ago. Yeah.
Very good,
Just
Kieran.
one, I don't know, I won't mention any names, maybe some other Sligo podcasts that could, take a few English tips from you and learn how to use that word properly. I'm not really talking about like anybody in particular, but, maybe, anyway.
I'd be happy to give those lessons.
Look, maybe
Anyway,
put
you're
you
very
in
good.
touch. No, I mean, I'm not anyone particular.
I think it's the height of,
That's a compliment.
No, it's
No?
not.
First of all, before you get into what you think of them, can you tell me what does the meaning
So
of allude?
I would have taken that allude means that if I was to allude to the fact that,
Yeah.
which would mean like if I was to delve into the fact. So if I was to allude to your drinking,
Yes.
I thought that's what it meant. Like, as in, if I was to delve into some of your drinking, or
Oh.
perhaps address us, address.
No,
is
yeah,
the
so
word.
you were actually 100% wrong and they were right in what they said about you.
So yeah, I know, but here's the thing though, Luke, right? And not to call anybody out, but if I was Luke, right,
Yeah.
and I'm glad I'm not,
Yeah.
I would come out and say it. Rather than going on Sligo's biggest podcast.
Sligo's biggest and telling the whole world.
And telling the whole world that Kendy
Kendy's
can't.
stupid.
Yeah. And like, do you know what's funny? I didn't get a great education, Luke. Maybe that's what's wrong. Maybe I got educated in Castlereagh Community School, man, and I was lucky to get any point. Do you know what I mean? Like, maybe that's what's wrong. Maybe I dropped out of UL too early, Luke. Maybe that's what's wrong. Maybe that's what has me the way I am now.
Yeah.
A big stupid hussy. A fat hussy is all I am.
Allude
Thanks, Luke.
means to suggest or call attention to indirectly, which is a hint at.
That's
right?
what I mean.
But your reading of it was to delve into something.
No,
which
like
is
to
the
address.
opposite. To call attention to indirectly.
All right, so
So it's a hinting at something.
so how wrong was I then if I ever said that word?
Yeah, if I was to allude to that, mean you were kind of priming yourself up to delve into something.
Yeah.
Whereas opposed to hinting at something. You know?
So when did I say it wrong? I need Luke to go back through 193 episodes and tell me every time I
Well,
said
I'll tell
it
you,
wrong.
actually, it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
When I heard this, Luke Giovanni taking...
You were delighted, by the way, as well.
Taking pot shots at my friend.
No, you're delighted because you're going, this is great. I can make Kendy look like a stupid shit again
Actually,
now for another week.
I will disagree with you on that.
Yeah, go on.
I went and I found a program, an app, right, that dictates our podcasts.
Oh, we found a dictator.
A dictator.
Brilliant.
Yeah, there's this dictator online.
Right, okay,
that you can
brilliant.
get.
Yeah,
and
I think I've looked
I thought
it
it was
up.
really positive.
Yeah.
So I got the dictator to do our last couple of episodes. And you just put the episode in and it spits out a big Word
brilliant.
document.
Yeah.
And I went and did a word search for allude and it didn't necessarily find it. So obviously you haven't said it in the last couple of episodes.
Okay.
So I was trying to find it to be able to pull out that segment and then go, there you are, Kendy. You used it perfectly well.
Yeah.
He is wrong.
And now we can't find if I did or didn't.
I wanted to, well, no, it's clear that from just asking you there, you had it arseways, so you are stupid. But I
Isn't
mean,
it? No, I mean,
that's not the point here. The point is here, it's very mean of him to go calling you out on Sligo's biggest podcast.
It is very mean to call me out on such a platform.
That's bullying.
But well, it is bullying, Ray. But look, the thing is, I probably deserve to be bullied for some of the stuff that I say.
No.
But having said that as well, though, the thing about Luke now doing that is, do you not think he just sit down and enjoy it?
No, but yeah, in fairness, you can see how something would annoy him if he was. But I can't understand in all the days he sees you, they didn't just come up and go, you know,
Because he knows.
I think he's trying to get back at me through you.
So he's using me.
You see, I had done.
Oh, because you told him.
I told him
his
there at
jacket was
Christmas.
shite.
I told him his jacket was stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
You-
said-
yeah.
Yeah, so we were on a lovely night out,
Yeah.
and he just came into the Garavogue wearing this big grey jacket, and I said, Luke, I have to tell you, your jacket's stupid.
Yeah.
And he took it bad.
He did take it bad, man.
He
Yeah.
took it real bad.
Apparently, he showered for 6 hours after that. Sat in the bottom of the shower.
Apparently, he walked out down along the river, and he was sad. He had the wee lip. you
Yeah,
know.
he was like that, and he threw the jacket. Yeah.
No, he didn't throw the jacket. He was just walking along, and he was feeling sorry for himself. That was a really harsh attack on my character.
Yeah, but he'd never been raided before. That's the problem.
He hadn't been raped, but then he came out of it fairly well. He realised, what am I doing listening to Ray McAndrew talking about fashion advice? But I think he's got a beef with me now.
So he's getting you.
And I think he's going to try and hurt me by hurting those closest to me.
Okay, so great. So can you explain to me why I'm the only one that's hurt then?
Because you're obviously the one closest to me.
Yeah, but
At the moment.
I'm hurt, and you're laughing.
Yeah, that was very funny.
Like, my feelings are hurt because if you don't, I already know I'm stupid. Now I have somebody on another podcast saying,
Yeah.
wait to hear how stupid Kendy
they took
is.
a whole moment out
It's
of
unbelievable.
of it.
And
Yeah.
I'm not having a great week with it either, right? I got told today to get a job. Like,
you did.
this is every day.
Did someone actually tell you to get a job?
Yeah, every day we sit in the limelight, Ray, right? You come across as, oh, well, fair play to Ray, but look at the big stupid thick fella that's with him all the time, right?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And today, we released a video on TikTok from last week's discussion about the housing crisis. And I said there's a thing called renter's fear,
Yeah.
where you're a bit afraid to ring your landlady or your landlord in case they, like, sell the house when you ask them to fix the cupboard. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And I was like,
Joke.
some fella said, why don't you just get a real job then and buy your own house?
Yeah.
And I felt like going, oh, geez, that's funny, Seamus. Why did I think of that?
Yeah.
Because I didn't do very well in school, Seamus, and I'm shit at most of the stuff. I can't just buy a house, unfortunately. I don't have the skill set that most people have. And then on top of that as well, another person said, if you're going to be ringing your landlady all the time, which I never said I did, I
Yeah.
said I was afraid to ring her once, right?
Yeah.
Why don't you just give her more rent? Oh,
Yeah.
actually, good idea, yeah, because I have all this disposable cash hanging around.
That's what I do.
We're recording in a shag and box room here, like.
Whenever the landlord does ring me, I told you this.
Yeah,
Whenever the landlord
that's
rings
a Ray thing to do.
Yeah, he rings me and he goes, how are you getting on, Ray, now? Just it's time to renew the contract again. And Sean has me warned. Sean says, please
Don't
please.
offer him more money.
Don't offer him more money.
Yeah,
Just
Jesus.
wait and see what he wants.
Yeah, like Ray, you'd immediately go, look, I was just thinking, it's
I was
definitely
looking
not.
at other properties like this one. You're
Yeah.
not getting enough.
Jez, you're not getting half enough for us at all, man.
But there was another savage comment on that.
I got savaged as well.
You
online
did, yeah,
today.
but we also,
savaged again.
something I said was savage.
Oh, what did you say?
Nothing wrong with Gertrude.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's great, though. I mean, such a passing comment. I was like, oh, yeah, that's by somewhere outside the town. You
Yeah.
said, yeah, like Gertrude.
Gertrude.
And so, there's nothing wrong with Gertrude. Excuse me. What did the boys say? It was the JA thing all over
Yeah,
again. Like,
it is.
we did have a lot of support, like, you know. Yeah. But my favorite thing is that there's threads going on now in that where there's landlords.
Oh, they're ripping strips out of each other,
fighting with like tenants and shit in our comment section. It's just great when that happens.
Magic.
But the problem is, I was at the bus of it. Then, like, look at that stupid Egypt.
They always come back to you.
It always comes back to me being stupid.
Back to Luke and what he said about you.
Well, it's good. I mean, like, because I thought I wasn't getting enough views on TikTok, so it's nice that Luke came out on the In the Lamplight podcast, and which you shouldn't listen to on Spotify or wherever else you get your podcasts, and listen to the Brendan Tierney episode. It was wonderful, and a big shout out to Rory as well, and congratulations to him.
Congratulations,
absolutely
Rory,
unreal. It's amazing when you hear all those kind of stories. The boys are flying, except for Luke. Go on anyway, though.
So I have more bits.
Yeah.
First of all, on the TikTok side.
Yeah.
Just before we leave it, have you seen the bold glamour filter?
Yeah. I haven't tried it yet. Have you got it?
I tried it. So bold glamour, for anyone that's not in the TikToks, is a filter.
Yeah.
So you turn on this thing and all of a sudden, how would you describe it? How do girls look when they put this on?
All of a sudden, you don't look like yourself.
How do you look?
You look unbelievable.
Yeah,
but like you don't look like a real person either.
Yeah,
not like. And I'm hoping that eventually because AI is so scary. I think people should look like people. Like, you know what I mean.
So it's an artificial intelligence thing.
Yeah.
But when I put it on, it was no difference.
It didn't make. Yeah, but I don't think it'd make a difference to me either, man. You can't put makeup on a pig.
Yeah.
You know.
But it is dangerous because obviously people will be taking now their Tinder photos with
just
this.
What I was thinking.
Yeah.
Tinder's going to be full of it, right? And fellas and viewers alike.
Yeah.
But like, women are going to go on to Tinder, right? And they're going to go, oh my God, you want to see the jet black, white teeth motherfucker I met on Tinder, right? And they're going to go down, man. Your man's going to look like fucking, I don't know, he's going to look like your man from Mr. Potato or whatever.
A lot of disappointed people.
Yeah, a lot of disappointed people. Because and that's the problem then. The whole world is set up for disappointments.
True.
What I think you should do on Tinder, right, is take your worst photo.
Okay.
And any match that you somehow manage to grab, then you're going to look unbelievable in real life.
It's all up from there.
Do you know?
Yeah.
Is there a Tinder for personalities? Like, do you know?
No.
Oh, I
a bit like fart smells.
Jeez, thank God I'm married.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I seen a lovely birthday card for you, by the way.
What?
Never trust a fart.
Oh, because I've
kind of ruined it there now.
Yeah, Jesus Christ almighty.
That's kinda,
come here, can I show you something, Ray, before we go any further as well?
Yeah, what's that?
So there's baby toys.
Oh my God. I was wondering what that was.
Right, so this is a baby toy for little babies, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Now, this is aimed at the general age group of babies.
You're going to tell me the gorillas sampled something off this and that was my reason.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
That's unbelievable what they've done with that.
So it's a baby
okay.
thing.
So there's 4 noises that it makes, okay? You ready?
Okay.
Okay, so the first one is...
it a Bluetooth?
A kitty cat.
Okay.
Yeah, there's Bluetooth on it. You ready?
Right, okay. That doesn't sound like a cat.
That's... Okay. Shut up.
Right. That
okay.
doesn't sound like a
so
cat.
That's a cat. No, that sounds just like a cat. Here's a monkey.
Okay. Okay.
That's a monkey.
Yeah.
Okay, here's an elephant.
Elephant, right. I'd love to know where this is going.
Okay. So that's an elephant.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to hear the bear?
Yeah, go to bear. Okay, it's close enough.
Sounds like your parents' bedroom in 1994. Isn't that unbelievable? That's a child's toy, Ray.
So you're telling me
Perfect
you think...
monkey. Perfect. Oh, that sounds just like a monkey. Listen, bear. Here comes a bear.
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Ray. That is going straight into the recycling bin. I hope no child ever... How is that a child's toy?
I want to talk
the
to
shite in hell, man.
I want to talk to you then so about things such as this.
Okay, go on. Come on.
I had a tough Friday evening.
Why?
You know the way you'd come home of an evening and you'd want to watch a movie?
Yeah.
Right?
I
know,
hate
you're a parent and everything. Look,
no, nothing to do with parents, man. I had this conversation with Nick yesterday. I haven't seen a good film in 10 years.
Well,
that's the truth.
I thought I had a good one on my list,
okay,
right?
Go on.
So on the TikToks...
Did you go see Cocaine Bear?
No. On the TikToks you get the odd clip of things.
Yeah.
And I seen a clip of a movie. And the movie was called Leo Grand. Right?
Okay. And what was it like?
Well, Leo Grand.
It was grand. Okay, go on.
It was... right. So, to talk about this,
okay.
Leo Grand is a movie that stars Emma Thompson. Are you familiar with Emma Thompson?
No. Who's she?
She's an actress.
Oh, well, okay. She's great stuff. I know her, yeah. You're right.
Well, hold on. I'm going to maybe have to get her face
How the
up.
shite in hell would I know her? Is she English? Is she...
She's an English actress, yeah.
Okay.
She's been in a lot of things.
Is Emma Thompson your one from Harry Potter?
This is Emma Thompson here now. I'm just going to get you the wee... And for anyone who's doesn't know Emma Thompson, please look her up now. And that's Emma Thompson.
No one's going to know Emma Thompson. Okay.
Right.
She's 105.
So that's Emma Thompson. That's her in the earlier years.
She's 76.
That's right. So Emma Thompson is in this, and I must give you the other lad. So the other gentleman in the film is a fella called I'll have to get his name. Leo
What did you call again? Leo Grande.
Leo Grande.
Okay.
So it's Daryl McCormick. He's an Irish gentleman.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, and you'll see him here now. So Daryl McCormick, that's Daryl. How would you describe Daryl?
I mean, why are you doing?
I just want you to describe Daryl.
He's 35.
35.
Yeah.
Yeah. How does he look?
He looks like he's in the bushes.
No, but on that particular.
Ray, stop trying to make me say something that
What do you want to say? Oh, you wanted to come out of the bushes.
No.
There he is. That's him in a nice little pink background.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Daryl I have seen, I think, before. I think I know that jaw.
Yeah, you know that. He's a good...
Yeah.
Oh, he was in Peaky Blinders, actually.
That's how I know him, from Peaky Blinders.
He's one of the lads in Peaky
Is
Blinders.
he Irish?
He is.
No way.
Yeah,
he did the
lovely
Birmingham
eyes.
accent. Yeah,
Yeah, so...
he had lovely eyes. You get
Lovely.
lost in them. Go on,
You would
anyway.
get lost. So anyway, Emma Thompson and this Daryl lad are in this movie called Leo Grant. And it's
I
on-
shagging know what you're on about.
Do you?
I know what you're on about.
So the clip...
I've seen it now.
The clip I've seen...
He's ripped as a bull.
Yeah, he's
And
ripped.
she's going, geez, I'd love to have a right fucking look at you. And he's going, well, have a right look at me. I am what they call a gigolo.
He's a sex worker.
He is a sex worker, prostitute, hooker.
Yeah,
The
but
whole
all-
lot. They
yeah.
have to call them sex workers now because it's a viable, even though you can't tax it. But they're
so
sex workers.
He's a sex worker.
And she's 105, and she takes off her blouse, Ray.
No, wait.
And she goes, oh, Jesus, mother of God. Oh, Lord,
So
look at
the-
the chest on you. I haven't seen a chest like that since 1946.
So the clip I seen was of the two of them sitting in a hotel room, and she was going through the list of the things she wanted to get done in the session.
Yeah.
So
She said, I want to hoover the floor. I've been mad to get the fucking curtains done down a long time.
She said she wanted to spend a bit of attention on him. She wanted him to spend a bit of attention on her, and then they wanted to come together in the middle, right?
Yeah. Good,
Do you know,
good
and tip
choice of
away.
words.
Yeah. And then he suggested, does she want to enjoy herself thoroughly? And she said, let's keep this achievable. Do you know, she didn't want to be going away from the meeting unresolved.
Well, yeah, well, she was afraid of putting her back out because he was saying, I could hop you up in the cupboard there, and she was saying, Jesus, no, I'm at the hip done.
So this is the clip I seen, and I thought, there's a bit of crack in this. This might be a good film.
Yeah.
And then I looked it up, and it had 93% in Rotten Tomatoes.
Don't judge it by Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, it had 93%. That's
No.
a high score.
No.
And 7.3 on something else.
No, Rotten Tomatoes is bullshit.
Anyway.
Go on anyway.
I said, now I toyed with the idea on Thursday night of putting it on, but I
Right.
didn't.
Right.
And Friday night I said, I'll pull the trigger here. There's an hour and a half of movie here, Laura. We're going to watch this.
An hour and a half of that, like.
Mark, they didn't leave the bedroom.
The whole film.
The whole film,
I
bar
knew
5
it.
minutes at the end down in the hotel bar. They spent the whole film up inside in the hotel room.
So, like, is the whole film, so she's in there. Hang on now. She's in there.
a widowed, retired teacher, mother of two, a son and a daughter.
Okay.
And she's up inside in the bedroom, and the way she's looking at it is, she said, no crack whatsoever her whole life.
Yeah.
She said anytime she ever had the sexy time with the husband, he'd take the pajamas off, he'd jump in, mount her, and then get out of the bed, put the pajamas back on and go to sleep.
Yeah, okay.
Right?
Okay.
So she said, I want to have a bit of fun now.
Okay, so
Right.
can I just say, the idea in my head of this film is probably different than what it panned out, but just bear with me for a second.
Go on.
He is a sex worker.
Yeah.
So he lands in with a list of stuff that he'll do.
Yeah.
Like he could say no butt stuff. Okay, you can't put a finger anywhere near that.
Yeah.
Say on him, I mean.
Well, he had
Right?
no list. It was her with the list.
Okay, but she had a list of stuff that she wants, and then
She wants,
he
yeah.
has to say
Oh, yeah, we
yes
can
or
all
no.
do that,
So
yeah.
is she sitting down there licking the end of a ballpoint, right? Going like butt stuff, and he goes no butt stuff. Okay, no butt
Yeah.
stuff. Cross that
That's
off.
that was the good crack bit.
Yeah.
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 But the way the film went was they got to know each other.
Right.
And I'll be honest, the only way I can describe this is, you know, remember when you'd be sitting of a Saturday night watching a movie late and your owl pair be in the room?
Yeah.
You know that awkward feeling?
Oh, where you're like, come here,
Because-
does anyone go to watch the match?
I had said-
What shopping did you get, ma'am? Again, oh,
I had-
please finish quick. Oh,
I
my
had
God.
suggested to Laura that we'd watch this movie. And Laura became very quickly aware that it was a movie about an older lady having sexy time with a younger man.
That is so funny because it's the opposite of your... Should I have said that?
Of our relationship.
I shouldn't have said that.
So you can clearly understand this is not something Laura's into.
yeah,
so
well,
she-
she's
yeah.
absolutely into it.
No.
Oh, no,
the
she's
opposite way
doing the
around.
opposite.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
she was
yeah.
no interest in this one.
So, if it was Laura's film, like when she'd be in there with some 80-year-old man with old balls hanging down, she's like, I'd love to just knock
This
the
is a
balls
really
off
great
you.
film, Ray. I'm really
You know?
enjoying it.
No, but if it was you though, Ray, would you, like, let's say there's an out, she's 89, Ray,
Yeah.
and you're a main gigolo, right?
I couldn't do it.
Would you be going into her saying, do whatever you want, Mary?
No, I couldn't.
Do you know what I mean?
It was a very fortunate, and it got worse and worse as the film went on, and it culminated with an awful dose of sex being had, and it been very obvious, and me and her sitting there on the couch of a Friday evening trying to have a nice evening in, and the two of us, and her just bursting herself laughing because I was absolutely cringing at watching this.
And so did it end up with a sex scene?
Oh, huge.
And did your man...
Oh, barreled it into her. And I think the last scene was a scene of Emma Thompson just standing in front of the mirror, butt naked.
Can you see the whole lot?
The whole kit and caboodle.
What was it like?
Not something I wanted to see of a Friday night.
No, I'm sure she's beautiful.
I said to Laura
she's
before the movie,
105.
I said, this would be lovely now. We sit here and we watch this. She couldn't breathe from the laughing.
But your man is ripped as a bull,
Your man was ripped as a bull, but she had no interest. Like I said, it was the opposite of what she's into.
She had no interest in your man at all. She was like, give me these old saggy old balls.
So that was I have to say, if anyone wants a laugh, watch Leo Grand. It's a marvellous movie.
Come here, can I tell you something else? Oh, no, you go finish your bits first, actually.
I'm
Sorry.
going to finish bits. I want to talk to you now very quickly about, you know when you don't know someone's name.
Okay.
We talked about this before.
Yeah, you'd say like, well, bye, what's the story? You know what I mean? Yeah, absolutely.
So I got 4 ways, well, it's actually only 3 ways, of figuring out someone's name if you don't know their name.
Brilliant.
Right?
Go. Okay,
First
go for
way is ask them, are you on social media? Right?
Okay.
And then they'll go, yeah. Oh, what's your name and what's your social media handle? And they'll go, it's Nick 0056222.
But what if they say, it's just my name?
Then you're fucked. Right, so that's the first way.
Right, that's fucked.
The second way then, oh my God, you have a really interesting name. How do you spell it?
What if they're...
P-A-T.
Yeah, like
Pat.
what? Yeah, what if they're like A-N-N? I don't really guess.
Yeah, that's...
So that's some bullshit.
Yeah, and
That's such an interesting name. Anne.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do you spell it?
Sound.
And the third thing then was, if you're with someone else, that get them to introduce them.
I've done that one.
Yeah.
I've done that one so many times. I've gone to Nicola. I
Yeah.
said to Nicola, will you go up and say, hi, sorry, I'm Mark's missus. I'm
Yeah,
Nicola.
Nicola, and then they'll introduce
And then
themselves.
they'll say, how are you? I'm Joe.
Joe.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I go, oh, lovely, that's who it is.
Yeah.
The other thing is, and those 3 ways that 2 of them ways were shit. Don't work.
Yeah, okay.
If you send your Nicola up, that does work.
Yeah, but you have to have a Nicola. What about those out there that don't have a Nicola?
Well, not everyone has a Nicola, but I mean, just like I got told to buy a house, why don't you just have a Nicola then? Everyone should just, everyone should just have a Nicola. What's
They
wrong
should.
with you,
They should have a
shower
Nicola.
bastards? Man.
Yeah.
So, but here's a better way. No, this isn't the better way, but this is what I've been doing lately. So let's say you come to me and you say, Mark, what's Bucky Boo's name over there? Right? And
Yeah.
I say, fuck it, he told me before, it's either Richard or Larry.
Mm.
Okay? I go on to Instagram and search for Richard or Larry.
Can you do that?
Yeah, you can just search the name.
Can you
and-
type Richard or Larry?
but yeah, because there's a good chance that they're following you or you're following them.
with
Or what
ya.
you could do is you could go, this is a good one now. This happened recently as well. You could say, I met him at Anderson's.
Yeah.
Right? I bet you he's liked Anderson's page. Go on to Anderson's page, go into Anderson's friends,
Yes.
and search if you're
That's
going.
very-
"Jeez, I'm almost certain his name is Peter.
That takes a long time.
I
That
think
happened to me at Christmas.
Yeah.
There's a bouncer in Anderson's.
Oh, lovely.
Tremendous event centre. And
Yeah.
he's one of the nicest bouncers there. He's
Yeah.
good crack.
Yeah.
He's tremendous fun.
Yeah.
And he's always in good humour.
Lovely.
And
Where's he from?
I couldn't tell you. So we took a picture together.
Right.
Because there was a night where I might have had drinks taken.
Oh,
Do
lovely.
you know? Nice, cool Heinekens.
Yeah.
From Sarah behind the bar. And I took a picture of myself and himself.
Yeah.
And I'm actually raging now because I forgot his name again. So he says to me after we took the picture, he said, you may send that on to me. I said, yeah no bother. Because I really should know his name. I should really know this
Was it
man's
Shane?
name. What?
Was it Shane?
Couldn't tell you. I've forgotten it again. So I spent that evening looking on heaps of pages. Like I go into people I did know their names in
Yeah.
Anderson's.
Yeah,
See, are
looking.
they following?
Yeah.
I don't think he's friends with anyone in that place.
But there's nothing like when you get to the bottom of it though, and you go, oh, fucking
But I
found him."
didn't. Oh, it did get to
So-
the bottom of it eventually when I asked someone.
Yeah, that happened to me with a bouncer one time before.
Mm.
Okay, so I was gigging in this venue loads and loads and loads and loads
Yeah.
during COVID when it was
Very
the only
awkward.
venue that was like. So he was there every week, chatted every single week. It got to that stage where it goes too far and you can't
You
ask.
can't ask then, yeah.
You can't ask, and he obviously knows my name because every time I play, I'm like, "Well, how are you? I'm
Yeah.
Mark Kennedy." you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
So
he's an unfair advantage, one might say.
yeah, no, that's not fair. Yeah, because he doesn't go at the door every time. Well, how are you? I'm Peter.
Yeah.
Every time someone walks in the door, like
yeah.
I'm talking to this fella
No,
for
I'm
3.
Peter. I'm your bouncer. For
I've
tonight.
talked to him for 3 months straight.
Yeah.
One night he helped me load the gear. And this is a noble, honourable way to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. One night he's helping me load the gear out to the car, and as I put in the last box, he just turns and says, "Mark, I'm just going to let you know, my name is Shane." Like,
What?
Yeah, he just
He
said
knew.
that. He just because he knew, like, because he had. I can't say well boy every week for fucking without knowing his name, like.
Oh, wow.
So he just goes, I'm just gonna let you off the hook here. My name is Shane, and we shouldn't have got to this stage where you don't know that by now. And it was the most honourable thing I've ever heard.
Did you want the whole world to
Because
swallow you up?
no, I was
I'd
like,
be awful embarrassed.
I was like, great. That is because that is such a stupid, awkward scenario not to be in.
Yeah.
If you don't know someone's name, you should have the balls to stand and go, I'm after forgetting your shagging name.
But
there's nothing worse than when it gets too far, though.
Did you ever introduce himself? Like when you met each other first?
No.
Was there any introductions?
No. It's just you get chatting and chatting and chatting and chatting and chatting.
yeah.
That's the right way to do it.
That's the
like,
right way to do
you
it,
know?
in fairness.
You
yeah.
know?
I'm sorry now for telling that other story because obviously the next time I'm in Anderson's now, he will look at me.
But own it, Ray.
I'll have to
Own
it.
up and say, I'm gone senile.
Yeah.
I'm the far side of geriatric.
Yeah.
Once you go past 35, you could be geriatric.
I probably am.
Any other old cracker or what's the story?
No, I have. I think I've gone been through.
Come here.
Where did you get the nice runners from?
I enjoyed
nice.
them, man. I
Yeah.
got them in Boston. Come here, can I tell you something?
Oh, I do have one small thing after this. Yeah.
Okay, so it's been an interesting and relatively interesting week. The more and more, and I sometimes feel like a bollock somebody. I'm going to talk about my child. Anyway, Mark's a prick. He's a child, ugly head in him. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Okay, so I've noticed more and more now that Ali is becoming a little personality. She's 6 months now this week. Okay, so we made it to the
Jesus,
6 month mark.
where does
First of
time
all,
fly?
Nicola went back to work yesterday for the first time.
Oh, you're a stay-at-home Kendy now.
Today for the first time, and I was grand, but fucking that is difficult on a mother, but to let go of the first child after 6 months.
Yes.
Fuck, and especially even with someone like me as well.
Yeah.
I was like, Nicola, don't worry, like this is all just that happens, and she was like, no, I'm worried about leaving her with you. You prick.
Yeah, no, that's what I'd be worried about too.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't blame her. That makes sense. Like, so anyway, I've noticed in the last 6 months. You know those things that you've seen in parents when you were younger that you didn't like? So let's say when you saw a parent either at a football match or like anywhere, that's been that, like, when my Johnny's the best ever and that's all that matters. And you always think like, what a prick. You know what I mean? Like every child is equal.
Yeah.
Right? That's unfortunately not fucking true. Okay. I've noticed that even if you don't want it to happen, you become that. And you go, well, my child is obviously the best, right? And when she's not being the best, you get your back up.
Who are you comparing Ali to?
Everybody. Okay, so that's what happens. That's all that happens. So, let's say, for instance, now this didn't happen, but the scenario played out in my head.
Okay.
Ali's doing swimming lessons.
Right.
Which just means you get her into the pool, you dip her head under the water,
Yeah.
and you see if she cries or not.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, Ali did it the first week. She was shit. Okay?
Right.
And there was babies all around her. Unreal. And it was so infuriating to hear. First of all, the instructor kept saying, okay, now, so the mothers now, you can grab the baby. And I was like, I was the only fella in the water.
You were in there with a
It
rig
was
of yours.
I go in there with Ali because, like, it's just something I can do with her, right?
Yeah.
But it's mothers.
Right.
And the fucking instructor kept saying, okay, now, mothers, all the mothers, now, you grab him behind. I was like,
Now
Jesus
you know
Christ.
how Sam Smith feels.
I'm so close, Ray, to just meeting them all for tea afterwards and going, Asher, my fella's gas. Anyway, this is what happens. You can't help but that happens to you think your child's the only one and you get pissed off when they're not. Okay, so Ali didn't like it the first week at all.
Did she tell you?
She hated it. She told me by screaming. Okay?
Right.
I put her head under water and she started going, she started coughing and then she cried dead for an hour. Okay.
Okay.
While every other child was like splashing the water.
Loved it.
And their mothers were like, oh my God, good job, Peter.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so wonderful you're doing it. And I was like, Ali, stop fucking making a prick out of me. Stop making a prick out of us, okay?
Yeah.
But like, you get this thing. So let's say one of the parents says to you, like, so it happened the second week, okay, where she was doing a little bit better and everyone was praising around and stuff. But my back was up going, well, she's not a stupid child, everybody. So,
Yeah.
like, what happens is, they say, Ali's doing really well, isn't she, right? And then I go, no, but Peter, fair play to Peter, he's fine. And then they go, well, Peter, like, in fairness, he's a very good little boy, like, and he's really just takes to all of this stuff. And then I have to go along with their conversation where really all I want to say is like, yeah, well, is that I saw him licking the diving board. Okay? I didn't want to say this about your child, but your child is stupid. I saw him licking. He was licking the tiles at the bottom of the water. The child is stupid.
Big Farouk is
But you
heading up.
can't say that. The big Farouk is heading up.
Yeah.
You can't say that, but you can't help but get that feeling as well. I felt like Ali, please stop showing me up and just start doing the backstroke, will you, man, with the big, whatever your one's name is, the Smith head on
you're
you.
experiencing disappointment for your own child.
Yeah.
While at the same time outwardly projecting she's the best thing in the world.
No, trying to, but I can't. I wanted to tell them. I wanted to lie to one of the parents and go, I just want to let you know that your young Shane fella, I swear to God, I actually saw him, like, I don't know, he pulled down that other child's jocks, like, you know, but you can't do that.
How's she getting on? When do you have swimming again?
We have swimming every single Thursday out in the Radisson.
Right.
But I'm very worried about what kind of parent I'm going to become on the sideline. Because
going
I
to be
have no problem. Once the child is 3 foot, I'll kick another child.
Yeah, but that's the problem. I know you're going to turn into full Geraldine.
Yeah, I'm going to go full ma'am. That's
because
the problem.
that's all you know.
I promised I'd never do that.
You know,
but
you
now
will. You'll be the most argumentative bastard on the sideline
imagine.
of any sport.
Oh, I'm going to be the fellow who becomes the coach as
but
well.
but no one will want to be around you then.
I know, but no one wants to be around me now. But that's it's a real worry, Ray. Definitely happens to every parent.
Well, I'll let you know when I get there.
Well, I
have a funny feeling.
It's coming down the line.
I have a funny feeling
Yeah.
that I'm going to take it from the way my mother used to treat us.
And didn't like you at
Came
all.
in last. That's okay. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
But is that okay too, though?
We watched Meet the Fockers last night. You familiar with Meet the Fockers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of what you're talking about here.
Yeah.
You're like Mr. De Niro
Yeah.
in Meet the Fockers, and I'm like Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah.
I'm pure
Yeah.
easygoing, and whatever you want, there's your 9th place. Well
No,
done.
yeah, but do you think you should get an award for 9th place? I think if Ali's a shite swimmer.
No, I don't think you should get an award for 9th
Yeah,
place.
I think that the swimming instructor should say, geez, Ali's shit.
I turned out fine. I got no awards. My father has a trophy stand at home. It's empty.
Did you ever win that in like community games?
No, we didn't win anything in the community games either because we got disqualified
For what?
for using a synthesizer.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I meant sports, Ray, not the fucking
I
flat.
got nothing.
Have you never won anything
I don't think I've ever won
sport-wise?
anything in sport.
Do you know what my mother said? Like last year or the year before, and it was the most smug thing I've ever heard.
Fellas
in my
like
whole
me are
life.
scumbags.
She said, "Fellas like Ray, I'll never get anywhere." No,
Yeah.
I said, "Ma'am, like, because we have a cabinet full to the brim with stuff, and ma'am with the big
Rub it in.
smug head on her said, "Oh, sure, I had to throw loads of them out.
What?
So it was too much, like." That's,
Okay.
she was like,
Yeah.
we have so much silverware in our family that I had to throw it.
I had to throw it out.
It
was a big disappointment for my father because at my granddad's house, my granddad's house, there would have been a big cabinet full of medals and trophies.
Do you ever think Kim and Karen would just go again and try and get a fella that...
Well, if they happen to watch Leo Grand, that's something that might come into their head. Because I can tell you.
But I have them proudly hanging there, Ray. You see that? They're the All-Ireland basketball medals.
Yeah,
like,
all two of them.
Yeah, no, there's 3 of them there.
All right.
But like...
I don't think you'll need a cabinet. I think where you have them is fine.
Yeah, I know. Like, they're definitely the last medals that I'll ever win.
It's a pity now, you know.
I was going to say, so we must actually say this now because people will be wondering.
Yeah.
I am not doing the triathlon. Ray and Brendan are going to do it.
No,
as well.
Brendan can't do it.
Why?
Because Brendan's done triathlons before. He can't be coming along going, I think I'll give this a go. And him, the biggest athlete.
Yeah,
amongst
he's a
everyone.
ringer. Yeah,
he's
yeah,
one
yeah.
of them bucks you were talking about.
Yeah, he's one of the boys that'll be ringing it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
so,
have signed up.
Yeah, you signed up and Ray's
Yeah.
going to do it. I'm not doing this. I've said this last week. My body is now a barrel of shit and I can't. We have to just throw it into the sewage.
Well,
So,
do you know something
I'm not-
now? And I have to say it. There was a poll on this week's episode. I don't know. Did you know that?
What?
We had a poll on this week's episode.
How do I not see that?
I don't know. Maybe I didn't tell you. So,
But how would I have not seen it?
it's only on Spotify. So we asked the question. Should Kendy do the triathlon? And I knew that this moment would come. And there was 34 votes in the poll. 34 people took
Jeez.
time out of their day.
I'll tell you what, man, we
to
were
vote.
flooded. We had the
Yeah.
girls counting it there out the back.
And 31 people said he definitely needs to do it.
Oh my God, yeah,
Right.
but that's more bullying though.
And
Okay.
3 people said he's right not to bother.
Yeah, okay, I like
So
those 3 people.
It's a 90-10 split.
Yeah, no, but those 3 people, I've always said you want to keep your inner circles tight, Ray. 3 is enough, like. There was
Yeah.
3 musketeers.
Yeah.
You know, the 3 ninjas. You know what I mean? The 3 sisters, the road outside Bile.
Yeah,
You know, there's a
that's
lot
it,
to be
yeah.
said. The 3 tops. No, that was 3. I've always said that. There's a lot of unity in 3, like.
Do you feel left out now that you're not doing it?
No, I
Classed
can't.
it.
Okay, I can't stress this enough. No. I used to have a real competitive edge in me.
Yeah, and it's gone.
It's just gone.
It's now
It's just
transferred
gone.
your projections on your daughter.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what
Yeah.
it is. So, oh my God. You have completely just blown that wide open in my
And
head.
you're going to ruin her life.
I didn't make it.
Yeah, so you're going to ruin her life trying to make her make it.
Oh my
So can we
God.
please put a pin in that now And the next Thursday when you're in with the mammies doing the swimming, can you just take it back a bit and remember it's you that didn't do the swimming, not Ali?
I've given up now, like.
Yeah, and you shouldn't have.
And
You
I'm
should have
gonna
kept at it.
put it all into her.
And if you were doing the triathlon with me, which you can still do, by the way, if you change your mind.
If Ali did a triathlon, she'd win the baby triathlon.
If you did the triathlon with me, you'd be sitting there in the pool of a Thursday, too wrecked to give a single flying shite about how good Ali's doing. Because every muscle in your body, and you'd be like allergic to the water. But I bet every one of them other mothers is doing a triathlon.
I love the way I just called them the other mothers. Like, I'm about, like... Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm meeting them for a Swiss roll and a tea.
You
like.
can identify as a mother if you want.
I'd love to identify as a mother. I just think... You know now, like, Nicola's working during the day and I'm sitting on me fucking sweet cheeks.
Stay-at-home Kendy.
Yeah, I'm a stay-at-home Kendy now. I love the idea that Nicola might come home someday and say, well, what did you get up to today? And I'm like, I just met the girls for coffee inside in Blend.
You should do
And
that.
what are we talking about? Oh, sure, Sheila was giving out about Peter.
Yeah.
And Peter
Go full into it.
He was in Dublin for 3 days this week. Like, he never sees the kids, Nicola. He just never sees them. I love that idea that I might be like that, gossiping with them.
We have to advertise the, you know the way the odd time we say March the 15th?
Oh, March the 15th, ladies and gentlemen, a live show in Anderson's Tremendous Event Centre at 8 p.m. It is a free event, we do it once a month where you get to come and watch the magic of the podcast happen live in front of people. And there's a good bit of crack. I wonder, Ray, could we allude to something else as well, if you don't mind, please?
Right, what do you want to allude to?
It's something that I wasn't going to get into, but now I'm going to come around this and get into it.
Okay, you're still doing it wrong.
Fuck me, I hate everything.
You could
about
allude
myself.
to it by hinting at it.
I want to allude to something here, Raymond.
Yeah, so you just hinted it, but don't get into it.
I'm going to allude to this then, so Ray.
Right.
There might be some guests on the show soon enough.
Oh,
No.
that's alluding.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing some lovely alluding there
Yeah,
now.
and I'm going to be elusive now.
Oh,
And I'm going to move away from all that again.
wow.
Chasing Abby, lads.
Oh, you got it wrong.
I couldn't help it. No, we are, We're going to do a little episode with Chase Nabby because they have a new album coming out. So we're going to have the boys on probably next week. That is a fair play to Brendan for flicking the keys clean off himself.
Yeah.
And we'll see you all on the 15th, which is next week. So we won't be able to let you know. It is the next week, isn't it? No?
For what?
Like when
The
this
live show?
episode, the live show was the next.
Yes.
We're not going to be talking again before
No,
that.
you
The
have
15th of March, lads. I know people, genuinely, I know people coming from Mayo and stuff that have booked hotel rooms to come down and watch the show.
Wow.
Join them. It's great crack. I'm telling you now.
Yeah.
I don't say a lot about myself. I'm a big fat hussy, but it's a great show. You will enjoy it.
Fair play to you.
Ray, fair play to me.
Fair play to me.
Good luck.
Good luck.
The Kendy and Raybo podcast, sponsored by Anderson's Tremendous Event Centre and Wonderful Food Items, and the Blind Tiger's marvellous alcoholic fruit drinks.